So I thought the direct was good. I should start off with that. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was amazing. At least when I initially when it finished, I thought, wow, that was pretty good. Thought about it a little bit more, and I've got a list of highlights. I've got non-highlights. I do think it's important to go over expectations and probably why some people may be upset about this direct, and I think it makes sense when you think about it. But I do feel the actual direct itself was good. Now we're gonna bitch. We're gonna bitch. Okay, we're gonna be kind, you know, because Nintendo is an indie company, and we don't want to be too cruel, because you know they work hard to scam us. Yeah, okay, first of all, no Mario 35 or 40. That's strange, don't you think? It's weird. Like, dude, it was perfect timing. They did that 5 years ago. They took it off after a bit. Mario 40, they could have done that with Mario 2. Ignore that, that's just my fucking secret evil alarm. They could have done it with Mario 2, 40 players. Even if it was limited time, it would have been great to see that. There was no big, I mean, I kind of covered this, but there was no big third party for me personally, which kind of sucked. That's a personal issue. Like, if they revealed Devil May Cry 5, that was the one I was hoping for the entire time. I've been hoping for it since the Switch 2 was revealed. I think it's gonna come. It's too big of a game not to come. But yeah, I would have liked that. And some others, you know, like Red Dead 2, just spitballing games, Red Dead 2, Final Fantasy 15. I don't know. I mean, Resident Evil 7 and 8 are announced to be coming. The issue with this bullshit is game key cards are still just rampant. I'm so sick of it. Even Final Fantasy 7, which got a nice little trailer in the direct, is on a key card. It just sucks. Mega Man Star Force was confirmed in Japan. What the fuck? Why? I don't understand. That would have been a cool little reveal in the direct, and they just decided to not do it in the US one or even the UK one. I really don't. I can't fathom. It baffles, you know, it flabbergasts. That sucked that wasn't in the direct. Another kind of thing I'll bitch about is there were no Switch 2 patches that I wanted, like not the ones I would have chosen, and the Switch 2 patches that were there were paid ones. I don't know, I would have liked to see. There's just so many Switch 1 games that have not been patched, like Sword and Shield. I just finished the game recently. It would have been amazing to have that in 4K, 60 FPS. Astral Chain, Bayonetta 3, I genuinely could sit here all day and just rattle off games that did not get patches. Splatoon 2, you know, like it's ridiculous. There's no Platinum present, which, you know, is fine. I would have liked to see Ninja Gaiden 4 get a release here, but that's fine, I guess. For an hour-long direct, I do think it's fair to have expected more substance, but definitely, like, it could have been a better direct. Now, okay, here's the little block of the video where I'm going to be talking about the paid, just the prices and stuff like that. First of all, Pokemon Sea is getting paid DLC. The game's not fucking out. Really? It's not out and they're announcing paid DLC. That sucks. I'm sorry, that sucks so bad. This is clearly content that they took off from the game and decided, like, it's so scummy. DK DLC is twice as expensive as it should be. I'm like, that is redunculous. Get it? Dunk. Fuck you, Nintendo. That's like, I was gonna buy it. I was looking forward to it. And I genuinely decided I'm just gonna wait until it goes on discount. What they showed there did not seem like a $20 DLC. That's like $25, £20 probably over here. I haven't checked. I hate America. America, like, if you're American, click off this video right now. Get off this video. I don't want you here. Yeah, and then there's the fact that Virtual Boy is $100. $100 for that? And like, you seemingly need the headset. It's $100. That's too much, man. I love that they revealed this, but that's more than it should be. And like, it's not even available everywhere. What the fuck? You better be able to play it without the headset. There is a $25 cardboard one. I do love bringing back Nintendo Labo, but dude, come on. Like, you should just be able to play this without needing the headset. Then there's the biggest issue. Like, all of this just represents like insane levels of greed. I don't think Nintendo has not, you know, they didn't used to be this bad. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 cost $70. That's the price of Donkey Kong Bonanza. What the fuck are they on? Pikmin 1 plus 2 was literally $50. And even that, I think, kind of annoyed people. What the fuck is this? That's such a, like, it's just price gouging. They know people are gonna buy this in droves when the Mario movie comes out. When it's like, Mario Galaxy's out. Oh, play Mario Galaxy. It's $40. Who cares? Just buy it. It sucks. It just sucks. With this and the fact that, you know, the Switch 2 editions costing more than they should, to be honest. $80 Mario Kart. Console itself being a little overpriced. It makes you not want to give them money ever again. It just sucks. There's no like positive, there's no like understanding for me. It's just greedy, scummy shit designed to gouge their biggest fans. Like, it's just disgusting. More disgusting than any other company, because you know these motherfucking games aren't gonna be put on a reasonable discount. Ever. This should be the discount. It should not be more than 60. 60 would still be pushing it, I believe. But 70 is ridiculous. I genuinely think they unless they're 40 separately. Like, it just sucks. Mario Galaxy is definitely a nice little curveball. I really wish it didn't, you know, leak. It's one of those days where being terminally online is a very bad thing. The domain name was registered and it was Super Mario Galaxy. And a month ago, someone posted like a drink can and it said Super Mario Galaxy, the movie. Like, everyone dismissed it. They thought it was an obvious fake. So it was a little bit spoiled for me, but that was a nice little thing to see. It's really close though, like 7 months away. I mean, I'm hoping a lot of things for that movie. I hope it'll be better than the first one. I thought the first one I loved it. It was a good movie, but it definitely had plot issues. It wasn't the most interesting. Hoping this is a Sonic 1, Sonic 2 kind of thing, where it just really gets a lot better this time around. Improve the voice acting, script. Being that it's Super Mario Galaxy, I think there's a potential to tell a pretty great story with Rosalina. I got that hint from the Mario Galaxy reveal, the actual games themselves coming to Switch. And this is kind of a mixed bag for the price, which I'm not going to go over now, since I want to, you know, have good stuff and then bad stuff. But it's cool to have Mario Galaxy 2 on Switch. That was always quite the glaring omission, not having that in 3D All-Stars. Basically confirming, yeah, Sunshine's gonna stay on the GameCube thing, and Mario Galaxy's gonna get its own paid, like, you can just buy to own it. Cycling through the Mario 40th stuff, you also got Mario Tennis Fever. Yeah, I think it was Fever, wasn't it? Yeah, Fever. That was a good reveal. I think I'm looking forward to that. It's dropping pretty damn soon. Mario Tennis Aces was very good, so I imagine this will also be very good. It's just awesome to also have that adventure mode present there. Nothing amazing by any means, but like it's gonna be fun. It's nice to be able to look forward to that in 2026. Really, kind of surprised they didn't go for Mario Baseball though, since that would be, you know, that would be something drastically different. Besides that, obviously, like, one of the best reveals of the show is the new Yoshi game, which I think it looks incredible. Gorgeous art style. I don't really have a good grasp on what the gameplay was like. It's, you know, it's a 2D Yoshi. There's only so many changes they're gonna make, so it's probably still gonna be better than Crafted World. From what I remember of the level design, it seemed more interesting than that game was. Could be better than Woolly World. Just from the art style alone, I think it's looking like it will be able to outpace that. We don't know who's making it. It's most likely good feel, the people who made the previous Yoshi games. I said it in the reaction video. I think I'm glad that it's not a 3D Yoshi game. And that's maybe a controversial thing to say. I don't think every game needs to have like a 3D platformer equivalent. I think Yoshi makes sense to keep in 2D. The time might come, but I'm kind of glad to be getting that 2D platformer. And I think that was pretty much it for the Mario 40th stuff. Obviously I do have, there's a big glaring omission that I really thought would be there, but it's a Pokemon. Pokemon obviously had a presence. ZA looks cool. It looks good. You know, like it didn't really have that damn moment, that thing that really convinces me, hey, this is gonna be the best Pokemon game ever. And I think I want to give the game like a chance. I think people have been a bit rough on this one. Visually, obviously, it doesn't look amazing. It looks fine, I think. Pokemon ZA seems like one of those games where it's going to come down... like, no amount of trailers is really going to show you how amazing this is. No amount of trailers is going to show what this game will truly be like to play. I think it's going to make a much better impression when it actually comes out. They're doing insanely good shakeups. They're confined to a small city. Like... it's not a massive open world. There's a good chance this game is going to feel super condensed. It's going to have a lot of content, and this like genuinely, this could be the best Switch Pokemon game. It just doesn't look that impressive from trailers. They also revealed that the starter trio are getting Mega Stones and decided to be really funny and make it so you can't get those stones, you can't get those Mega Evolutions without playing ranked mode. I think I saw that like right after. Which is just, it's just funny. It's just awesome to do. To put that behind a paywall, I mean, it's pretty funny, you have to admit. They're just amazing at rage baiting people. Game Freak is the best at that stuff. And yeah, they continued that by making Pokemon Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is not my thing, so I'm probably not going to play this. We need more Pokemon spin-offs. Like, I'm always open to more ideas. Like, doing more interesting things with the Pokemon franchise, it's always good. This is actually being made by Game Freak, which is a little surprising. But you could tell, because, like, that trailer, it was crunchy. Like, the graphics were not... They did not feel like they were coming from a Switch 2, but this is a Switch 2 exclusive. It's not going to be on the original Switch. A Virtual Boy, that's just... I have other things to say about that in the bad highlights portion. I love this shit. I think it's hilarious that people were getting actually mad at this. Like, it's just... Yeah, it's funny, but, like, Virtual Boy is not preserved. It's never been re-released. I don't know how you could be... genuinely mad at this. This is gonna be a great perk for the expansion pack, I think, but also, like, these games have never been re-released. They should have been re-released on 3DS, but it's just great to see this actually come to fruition. Like, I don't think this is, like, people are actively upset that this is a thing. They're making fun of it. I think it's a good thing. These are new games. These are games these people have never played. I've heard that Wario Land one is genuinely good. Yeah, but there's a big caveat with the Virtual Boy, which I'll go over in a bit. Moving on, third-party stuff. There's nothing really that appealed to me, which is a shame. And, like, I'm not one of those... there seems to be a certain subset of people that just do not want to see anything in Nintendo Direct that isn't from Nintendo themselves, which is ridiculous. But, you know, it was good stuff. Like, perhaps the only one that I would say was like, oh yeah, I would play that. Probably Dynasty Warriors Origins. That was a pretty nice, that was a pretty good reveal, actually. I don't know, it's probably not, it's gonna get a fucking game key card, which is still an issue with this shit. Most of the games shown here are just key cards. That sucks. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Resident Evil 9 concurrently releasing on Switch 2, that's a big deal. Like, it's coming out the same day as the other, like, that's not happened for a Resident Evil game. I want to say since Resident Evil 4 on GameCube. No, it was exclusive for that. This has never happened before for Resident Evil as a franchise. I'm not a Resident Evil fan. I want to play one of the games at some point, but yeah, like, besides that, Dragon Quest VII is a pretty damn... Like, that's a pretty big reveal. Like, they're remaking or something with that one. I thought it was Dragon Quest 12 at first. It's not. That is still a highlight, is all the third-party stuff. For the people that like it, you know, for the Power Wash fans out there, But like, I definitely was hoping for more Switch 2 patches of old games. I guess that's not quite the type of thing that would be revealed in a direct, but still. And then there was the stuff that most appeals to me, which is Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC, which looks great. I think it's just great that we're getting it that soon. And also Mario Wonder DLC. That's the good shit. Okay, that's the good shit. Fortunately, half of it is multiplayer stuff. So I don't have friends. I'm not going to be able to really get much out of that, but there is single player content, and I'm looking forward to that. I generally do not like just consuming, as you can see with all my merch. Like, I don't want to just buy whatever. I'm not going to buy this Donkey Kong DLC, and I'm going to go over that in a little bit, but I'm going to buy this Mario Wonder DLC. I loved that game way too much. I hope it's reasonably priced. Really hope it's not. I think it's just going to be that £20. It sucks, but you know, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to that. That was a great reveal. To end the highlight section, Fire Emblem got revealed. I'm not a Fire Emblem fan, but that's big. Maybe not the right choice to end with that, but a new Fire Emblem game, which is apparently a sequel to Three Houses, that's a big deal. So to top it off, I mean, you know, there was also a few more things as well. No Splatoon Raiders didn't make an appearance. No Rhythm Heaven didn't make an appearance. Dustbloods didn't. Oh, I also forgot this in the highlight section. Prime 4 and Zelda got release dates. That's awesome. Prime 4 is in December, which means it will actually miss the Game Awards cutoff date, which sucks. But you know, it's fine. At least it's actually coming out this year. Yet I'm not a Metroid fan, but you know, that's good for the people that want to see it. Zelda release date is also great. 2 weeks before Air Riders is a little surprising. I think maybe I would have swapped them around. I think Metroid Prime has been going through a rough time, development wise, clearly, because I would have swapped those two around. It would have made more sense to have Metroid in November and then Zelda in December. But it is what it is. To go back to what I was saying, no GameCube announcement at all. Also kind of questionable. Like, I don't know. I think they just love their drip feeding. It's a good thing that they can announce. It's something they can announce on a random Tuesday. Probably next week they'll do it. They've been doing it monthly. I hope they continue that. Really, really questionable to not show anything of Splatoon Raiders or Rhythm Heaven or Duskbloods. I think that's a weird thing. Would have made the direct a bit better for sure. And then there's probably the biggest omission, probably the biggest thing, not showing 3D Mario. I personally am fine with this. Like, there's been enough. They launched the console with Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. I'm satisfied, man. Like, I don't need a 3D Mario sneak peek at this point. There's so many other games that they've shown that are coming out between here and like the beginning of next summer. It's totally like I think there's 7 games. That's a lot. Yes, most of them are smaller games, not like the biggest deals, but there's a lot on the table. I'm kind of fine waiting until the next direct to get a proper sneak peek, but I do understand why people would expect that. Like, it's I get where they're coming from. I think that it is something that I would mark as a criticism, even though I personally am fine with not getting that. Yeah, I don't know. I think to wrap my thoughts on it, they maybe should have saved Mario's 40th stuff for the end. As Fire Emblem, I think maybe wasn't it like there was no the issue with this direct might have been that there was no real massive reveal. And I think that's what made this direct underwhelming, right? Like, no Mario, Zelda, Animal Crossing, Splatoon, something like that. And I don't expect them to have done that. But I think when you have the longest direct ever, when you have, it's like the Switch 2 just launched, people expect something big at the end. And to be hit with Fire Emblem, which is not, it's like it's in between being mainstream and niche. You kind of get where people are coming from in that regard. I think the reason they wouldn't have put the 40th towards the end is because it would have hyped up people's expectations, and then they would have been hit by a Yoshi game instead of the 3D Mario that they've been, salivating for. Again, I liked the direct. I thought it was fun, and Yeah, I don't have much else to say. I think Nintendo fucking sucks for being as greedy as they are, but I think it was a good direct. I am looking forward to the games that they showed. Thanks for watching. If you watch this discussion, whatever, I appreciate it. If anyone is still watching, appreciate that. Yeah, bye.